Okay, this is N2LEN with another quick video clip. Today we have on the bench, we're going to be talking about cloning an old hard drive. This is one of my many laptops, but this one actually is pretty important to me. It has all my Motorola programming software on it. It has a lot of stuff on it for Moto Turbo. I've used it for years. It has a ton of my Chinese clone radio programs for the Wuxan and the a ton of them. But anyway, and every time I would boot this machine, I bought this machine brand new. It's a Toshiba C55-A5172 Satellite Pro laptop. I think I purchased it in either 2013 or 2014. It has Windows 8.1, which is still on it. It's pretty fast for its time. Inside is a Core i3. I don't even know the whatever the RAM is. I may have upgraded the RAM, but in the past. But anyway, and what we were noticing as time went on, it became very, very sluggish, almost to the point where it was unusable in Windows. The boot time of the machine, it was just, it dragged. I'm going to go ahead and quickly shut this down. And hold on one second. Because what I want to do is I want to actually show you the difference in boot speed and just how it responds. The original, so the way that I went about this was I went online, I did some research on different types of SSD drives to go with. As you could see, I bought several of these Western Digital WD Blues. This is the Sata SSD, SA510. Went to Best Buy, I bought a couple of them. They were originally $107, but they price matched Amazon at $54.99 each. And we're in April of 2023. I think this is April 26th or 27th. I don't even know the date. But anyway, I went in. Here is the original SATA drive. It's a 750 gigabyte. You could see the date is 2013. And the cloning software that I used was Acronis True Image. Went to their website. They have a whole personal Acronis backup thing that they now have. It was $39 for one computer. I bought the 3 computer. It was $79. PayPal got 10% off, so it was $71.99. And then after I did it, it was a 40% discount. So I could have probably went online and got it cheaper if I had a discount key. But anyway, the cloning process, when you do it, it's pretty straightforward. I purchased online. I've had this for, well, maybe a year or two already. This is a standard USB 3.0 to SATA adapter. And I plugged it right into the right side of the Toshiba laptop, which is a USB 3.0. You could see it, the blue right there. And that gave the highest transfer. Now, the way True Image works, it works through Windows. The process is pretty straightforward. You want to make sure that on what I did was, initially it failed the first time it went through the cloning process. And then the second time, I went into disk management and I initialed the drive. It did a quick format. I gave it a drive letter, and it was showing healthy active partition 983 gigabytes in Windows. Initially, when I did it, I did not initialize the drive, and True Image saw the drive, but after the process, it failed. After I initialed the drive and I ran it a second time, it goes through a process where it needs to first verify the source disk. It took about 45 minutes maybe, and then it goes through a second process where it locks the partition on the C drive. That took some time, and then it gives you the estimated time to clone if you get up to that point. And yesterday night when I left it, it was saying that it would approximately take 6 hours and 55 minutes. It was about 300 gigabytes of data. And my son told me that he walked into the room in the middle of the night. So it really only took and it said that it was completed. Once it was completed, I just basically physically swapped the drives, booted up the machine. It went right into Windows, but I went into the BIOS. I set the defaults, settings in the BIOS, saved and exit. I also went in there and replaced, while I had the cover off, I also replaced the motherboard battery, which was a CR2032. When you do the process, it tells you that it asks you if you're going to use this to swap the drive, or you're going to use it as a data drive, or use it in another computer. I selected that it's going to be swapping this, so it installs the bootable, I guess a bootable record, so the drive boots, and it did. Some of the issues that happened, what I want to show you is the speed of how it boots to, and like I said, in Windows 8.1, I did not change the operating system. There we go. So I just want to show you the speed of how long it takes to get into the Windows screen. There you go. Let me go ahead and quickly type in the password. Hopefully I did this right. I'm doing it in one finger. And now I'm going to log in. I want to show you how long it takes. There you go. Now, this is unbelievable. I mean, the speed difference. Nothing was changed as far as the structure of the drive. I did go into disk management and I did just check for any file errors. It's like running check disk, and there were no issues found, so I didn't even do the scan. But this would take, it would be running forever. 20, 25, 30 minutes, and as you could see, it was almost within several seconds, 15 seconds, let's just say. Let me go in and open up some software. I'll do this. Let me plug in the turn on the repeater. We'll do a quick read. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay. And we are at a regular command. You could see we're already at system ready on the digital. I have it plugged into the dummy load on the Marconi as a 75-watt dummy load, and I just have a little antenna on the receiver. So let's just try it. I haven't tried anything. Let's open up Motorola, the old CPS, see how long it takes. And you're going to see this as... Okay, let's just do a quick read. There you go. Okay, so this in here is firmware version 2.40.12. I believe this was the Sam's Point. Yes, it is the Sam's Point repeater. And there we go. Okay. So that's basically it. and that's pretty damn fast. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to shut it down one more time. Well, let me open up like something that's a little bit more resource serious, and that's Motorola, the later Motorola CPS 2.0. Wow. That's very fast. Okay, let me go ahead and shut it down. Let's just see. And the lights are off. There you go. The speed difference is night and day. I mean, it is just beyond night and day. There is no question. I don't even think this machine ran that quick in the beginning. There was just a couple of things. Some things that in the clone, even though the clone went perfectly well, of course, the Wi-Fi password was lost, so we had to select the Wi-Fi password. There was some errors. There was no sound, video, and game controller, so I had no sound, and I had to reinstall the Realtek audio drivers, and actually that took a while to update the. It had an error on high definition audio interface or something. There was also the pointer. There was an error in the system properties. Also, there was an error with trying to think. I think there were 3 Intel management. So I downloaded everything right off of the Toshiba website, and I was able to reinstall those drivers, and there were no errors in the control panel and device manager. An incredible upgrade. I did not have to change any of the software. I'm going to go back and log back in and then start opening different softwares and stuff just to make sure. But I mean, you're seeing it live as I'm seeing it, how it performs, how it boots up, and it is night and day. I completely recommend to do it. There are a lot of different software bundles. I can only tell you what I used, and it was pretty expensive. I mean, it was $71. Well, $39 for one computer. I don't know if you could put it on another computer. I just purchased the 3 software package for 3 computers, and it was $71, $71.99. So, but if someone asks me, I know how fast solid state drives run. I've never done a clone of a solid state drive, and never done it before. Ran into some glitches with some of the peripherals, some of the hardware, some of the drivers not functioning, but as long as you have access, like Toshiba has had everything, every operating system, every revision for everything, multimedia, you name it, firmware. I also did a firmware upgrade through Windows. It was at 1.50 and I upgraded to 1.80 for the firmware. And that was through Windows, and then it rebooted. It was a Windows executable firmware upgrade program. It went right into DOS. It took about a minute and 15 seconds for it to update the firmware, and then it just shut off. And then I booted it up, and it was at the new firmware, the newest. So that's basically it. This is N2LEN saying best 7.3 on doing a old hard drive, SATA drive to new Western Digital WD Blue SA510 clone. 100% successful. This is N2LEN saying best 7.3.